Hey guys, and welcome to Soul in Balance. And this is the first time I'm going live on YouTube, so hopefully it goes all right. I'm actually wanting to stream Facebook Live, YouTube, and TikTok, but I haven't figured out how to do that without having multiple devices. So I was thinking about just getting a whole heap of other phones. But yes, so energy of the week this week. So the moon is currently in Sagittarius at 12 degrees. We are going to have a full moon this week. So if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, it's going to be on the 13th. Or if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, I think it's going to be on the 14th of July. And this full moon in Capricorn is going to be conjunct Pluto, and the opposite end, because always when it's a full moon, it's the moon opposite the sun, and the sun is going to be in Cancer, and that is going to be joining Mercury and Sirius. But I don't know, it's going to be a very full moon, very serious, very serious full moon. Yeah, some other aspects we've got going on is Saturn trine Venus, we've got the Sun trine Neptune, and we've got the Moon trine Uranus. Now, this is going to be like the father-mother aspect, because Capricorn is like the father, it's about work, and Cancer is like the mother, you know, the nurturing. It's like the moon's nurturing. So there's very much this polarity, this duality with this aspect. So, you know, and with Pluto there, it's really about ending something, really ending, you know, some kind of patriarchy structure, or transforming it in some kind of way, like letting the old go. And what's really interesting about this full moon is this is kind of going back to where this Pluto-Saturn conjunction started, which kicked off that pandemic in 2020. So very interesting. We can, you know, be experiencing some feelings come back from that time. Now, I know definitely myself and many others that I've spoken to have been, you know, quite anxious, quite fearful, and just felt very low the last few days, especially over the weekend. But then we did have Scorpio, the moon going through Scorpio, so you know, it's quite intense. But all I can say is that if you are in like fear consciousness, is to really just be present. You know, the North Node is in Taurus, which is really asking us to just be present, be at peace. What do we have? What's our immediate present surroundings? You know, so important. And you know, we're living in times where we're just being smashed with fear consciousness, even the spiritual community with the whole CERN thing, and you know, the pandemic, and what's going on in Ukraine, and the food crisis, and the petrol crisis, and what else have we got going? Celebrity issues, and everything is just making us, and then the abortion thing. So everything is just making us fighting, you know, duality, you know, one type of person against the other constantly, even got to do with the thing as well. Like, and it's constant, it's just not letting up. And the best thing you can do is to just not buy into this fear, you know, just ignore it, you know, hear what you need to hear so you know what's going on. But ultimately, yeah, let it all go, because you need to be focusing on yourself. You need to be at peace, because when those in power want everybody in fear, it's for a reason. You know, we're all waking up, we're getting so much more energy and light come onto the planet, and you know, we're evolving, everybody's evolving, and you know, they don't want that. They want you to stay in fear consciousness. They want you to be stuck and in the same broken wheel. So it's very much important not to buy into this stuff, any of it, and just be at peace. And it's not always easy, but all I can say is how I've gotten through that, or this, which still comes up. I'm not better than anybody else. Is just to be present and think about what I do have. Do I have a roof over my head? Do I have food in the fridge? Do I have money in the bank? What do I have right now? What is really going on that warrants me being in fear consciousness? Absolutely nothing. And focus on what you're passionate about. Focus on what makes you happy, where your emotions are, where your emotions go to that make you happy, because that's what this full moon is. It's releasing this old patriarchy, this 9 to 5 structure, this success and goal orientated structure, and really move into our feelings. And you know, what kind of feelings we're also choosing, because Mercury's with the sun. You know, are we choosing the good emotion, the happy emotion, or are we choosing the pessimistic, expecting the worst emotion? So realistically, you know, this is really a time, like if I had to sum it all up in a nutshell, is to, you know, choose the happy thought, find peace, and focus on your immediate environment, focus on your immediate happiness and what's right in front of you. Don't think about the past, don't think about the future, don't think about anything that's going on in the world. Just think about right now and be in peace, and focus on what you're passionate about, what you would like to create. And this is what I found has worked really, really great, like really, really, really great. But yes, I don't know if anybody wants a card for today. I'm happy to do a card for anybody. Get one more card and then I'll do the reading. So yeah, for the rest of the week, so we currently have the moon in Sagittarius, then we'll have the moon in Capricorn, and then to finish the week, over the weekend, we'll have moon in Aquarius, which is a lot more kind of lighthearted and easygoing and more the scientist, more observing, which is good, especially after we will be having such an intense full moon. It is good to kind of put things in perspective and be that scientist and have that zoomed out view of what's going on. But yes, that is it. Okay, now cards for today. Now I did get different cards for the video that I did on Facebook. I wish I could do all the videos at once. It saves me doing a different video each channel, but it is what it is. Alrighty, so we have overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. Exactly. We also have embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. We also have leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. And we've also got chaos and conflict. And we've also got justice. So quite a few cards for today. Now, overcoming obstacles, you can overcome anything. Now that is so true. And especially like what I was just talking about with that fear consciousness, especially this week, especially because this full moon is going to be hitting the place where that Pluto-Saturn conjunction was that kicked off that pandemic in 2020. You know, like you can overcome whatever fears come up right now. You are capable of absolutely anything. And yeah, whatever else is popping up, rearing its ugly head at this time, just know that you've evolved and you've changed, and you don't have to stay stuck in the old programs and the old broken structures and patterns and wheel that you used to be in. Like I know myself, I've really leveled up in my life. I've moved, I've done all these things, I've changed a lot emotionally with my emotional patterning, but then still I've had stuff come up to just be like, hey, this thing's still here, you know, how are you going to handle it now? And I've noticed the best way that I've handled things is to just think differently about it. You know, just to know that I'm safe and I'm making the right decision for myself and to choose myself, you know, like I think one thing that we do is maybe we kind of take the right actions towards something, but we still play out this mental fixation of it, things going bad or things going worse or how it's going to play out. And I feel like the best thing that we can do is just to as much as we can, just push that out and know that everything is fine, you know, like everything's going to work out perfect, and we just give it to the universe, whatever it is, like just give it to the divine. Sometimes there's just some things that we just can't work out at whatever present moment that we're in. So it's always good to just, you know, just give it up to the universe and just trust and know and tell ourselves that things are going to work out perfect. And I just feel like we can overcome any obstacle. So yeah, I think at the moment it's definitely a big thing for this week is just understanding that you can overcome anything, any fear that comes up, anything that comes up. And we've also got embracing enthusiasm, shout out to the heavens, which I feel like works part and parcel with this, and that Mercury that's going to be joining this full moon is just to realize, you know, how lucky you are and just be grateful and just choose the happy thought. And we've also got take a leap of faith, which is you go first, the universe will catch you. Exactly. You know, like I think I mentioned this on the Facebook Live, is that I'm doing 100 videos, YouTube videos in 100 days. And, you know, I'm just taking that leap of faith that everything is just going to be absolutely amazing. So I don't know, whatever it is for you this week, take that leap of faith, whether it's changing a thought, whether it's changing an emotional pattern, whether it's moving, whether it's buying a new car or going and like starting a new job, whatever it is, just take that leap of faith. Or maybe it's a new relationship or a new way of relating to people or a family member, whatever it is. But just take that leap of faith and, you know, embrace the situation with enthusiasm and happiness and a new thought, a new way of thinking, and understanding that you can overcome any obstacle. Now, lastly, we've got chaos and conflict, which is definitely going on right now, and justice. So just understand that when we are faced with, you know, horrible situations, if we do try and learn from our past mistakes and we are conscious, and, you know, we can make ourselves accountable for situations or where we've gone wrong, there's, you know, we're always going to have justice on our side, you know. And just knowing that you've done as best as you can, and you've learned as best as you can, and you've done as best as you can. You know, this is always so important, in whatever conflict that arises, because I feel like usually, like we're born and we come here and we kind of have this like chart aspects that kind of set us up to always have some kind of issue that always kind of comes up. And the more that we work on that, the easier it is to overcome these, you know, chaos and conflict times or situations that always seem to, you know, arise. And yeah, I think the longer we do it, the more experience we get at it, and then that's when we have that justice, the scales become balanced, and sometimes that karma or that situation transforms, and usually some other chaos and conflict will come up, because it's, you know, life here is just like an onion, layers of an onion just peeling off. But just know that everything comes up for a reason. It's usually some kind of mental state or some kind of belief. But, you know, not to be hard on yourself, and just always do your best when situations come up. You know, everything's a learning lesson. Everything makes us braver and stronger and more beautiful and evolved in this world. So yeah, that's about it, guys. But yes, I hope you have a great full moon experience. Just understand that it might be quite testing this week, and if fear comes up, do your best to just stay out of fear and stay in peace and be present. Just focus on what's right in front of you. Like, what do you have? I have food, I have a roof over my head, I have absolutely everything. So yeah, just be really easy with yourself, be really easy with others. You know, don't go straight to this polarity of you're bad and you're good, and, you know, like, just, you know, have respect and understanding for all humans as well as yourself at this time. So I hope this was helpful, guys. Have a fantastic week ahead, and I'll see you soon. Bye.